Good Sunday evening, everybody. Just now what? Tomorrow's a wake up, so we got 1, 2, 3 days before the bowl game. All right, congratulations, people. You have come through. We've got 603 subs as of right now. So there will be a random drawing coming, and I will get to that person and we'll talk and discuss what we're gonna do. What Hawkeye gear we're gonna send out to them. But we'll find something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'd prefer to get somebody who actually comments a lot and watches the show a lot. So,
Well, but that wouldn't be random.
It's not random. That's true if I do it that way.
We want to keep your word.
Yep, it will be random.
And then if it's somebody we never heard of or something, they'll become a bigger fan and watch all the time or something. Maybe.
True. Yeah, we're picking up people all the time. I'm getting really positive feedback on the thing. All right. I also want to put a shout out to Hawkeye Nation. They've agreed to put their videos on their website, and I appreciate how much they're working with me to make that happen. Some of the other websites, or not websites, but some of the other Facebook group pages I put our video are not working with me anymore. So it's just the algorithm that Facebook has. It's not their fault, but as admin, they should be watching for those stuff in their junk folders to go in there and just if you guys happen to be watching, go into your spam folders or your pending files and look for there's like one's got like 15 of my videos there. And one of these days they're going to wake up and want to know why there's 15 videos there. The admin aren't doing their job on Facebook. And so I appreciate our admin, myself and Terry, who are very on top of that. We stay on top of that. If you go more than a couple of hours with something in pending, I apologize because we don't do that. All right. Anyway, let's continue to push towards 700 now. We got 603. Let's go towards 700. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the like button because that is really important for the algorithm. And then you can comment and share it. Share it out to everybody this week. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to recap the women's game. We're going to preview the men's game coming up tomorrow night. Actually, for me, it's tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What an early start for a Monday. So, okay. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the what I want to say. We're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bowl news.
The bowl games, the playoffs, and if we want to mention anything about Iowa's bowl game, right?
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna mention Iowa's bowl game. We're gonna talk a little bit playoffs and. And you and I got a wish list or wishes for presents for Kirk for Christmas. Although it's a little past Christmas, so we'll give it to him for New Year's Day. How's that sound?
Well, we already gave them to him. We're just announcing it now.
Okay. Oh, golly. Okay. Well, let's start out with the women's game today. Nice win by Iowa over Penn State. Penn State, As though that score looks a lot worse than that game really was, I believe. As I said the other night, I thought Penn State would be a tough opponent, and not that they weren't, because they were. They kept making runs at Iowa. That Grace Merkel, she's bigger than I remembered her. I don't know. Do you remember her being that big?
Yeah. Yeah.
My God,
she was always not quite as skilled as Audie Crooks, or as she doesn't use her body as bad as Audie Crooks does, but she's the Audie Crooks of the Big Ten,
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I'm going to go into my stats here and everything, and let's just kind of like put a wrap on this.
You go ahead.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that the halftime one? Or is this the full-time one? That's the halftime one.
I know Merkel shot 80% from the field. She come in.
Are you surprised?
Yes. Yes, because she was shooting 73%, and I thought, well, 73 is so high. It's probably because of the competition she's played. But she sure played good competition today. So.
Okay, so do I have that one? I meant to do that. Oh, I didn't have her on here. Gosh darn it! I meant to put their individual stats on here. Well, anyway, Stokey finished the game with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Only played 24 minutes. That shocked me.
And I think she had like 2 turnovers total. Yeah. Which we had a pretty good turnover day. Of course, Penn State's not a very good defensive team. But.
Yeah. So anyway, we did win 99-76. So after they got it within, I believe, 11 points in the fourth quarter, Iowa just pulled away after that. I believe it was within 11 during the fourth, or maybe it was in the third, and that's when we started to pull away. Either way, Iowa finally started to pull away. And how about that David Hayden today? 27 points in 27 minutes, 9 rebounds, and an assist. And she had some moves to the basket that were like crazy. If she could do that even against, she did some of that against Merkel, some against the other lady when Merkel was on the bench. But if she could do that against people like Betts and stuff like that she's going to be facing, she's going to draw fouls on them. She's going to draw fouls on those ladies.
She can do that if she stays out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
Well, if she plays 28 minutes instead of 18,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, and I agree. I mean, this is her best game of her Hawkeye career. And man, she had me jumping out of my seat because a couple of those moves were crazy moves and a couple of crazy passes. And the women are actually playing out of control under the hoop. Somehow she gets the ball and gets it in the net. And then she actually got an assist. I think it was to Journey. She wrapped the ball around, and I think it was either Journey or Chit Chat that got a lay-in off of it.
I don't remember.
Yeah. It was really cool. She was struggling with the ball, came down, and she wrapped it around Merkel's legs. And I think it was Journey that was there that got the ball. And Journey had a great game herself. Strimlow, oh my gosh, 14 points. I mean, since she's been inserted off and on into the starting lineup, she has come in and done what it takes, to show herself and prove it. And I believe they said Strimlow was the one with half of Wisconsin there filling up the student section today.
150 people there.
Yeah, and with the students out on vacation, there was a lot of room to put them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you see at the end when they were doing post-game interviews, Strimlow was trying to walk away and somebody stuck a camera in her face and she goes like that? And I think it was somebody she knew. It had to be somebody she knew because then she put her arms around him.
Yeah.
It could have been her boyfriend. Well, I know.
I don't know.
I just thought it was a great interaction that the camera caught. Okay,
it was her boyfriend Heklinski. I'm kidding. Figure Addie Deal's dating a quarterback. She might as well date a quarterback too. So
okay, all right, chit chat. Chit Chat played 35 minutes, probably the most on the team. Three rebounds, 6 assists is what you expect out of your point guard. 16 points. That girl was on fire today. I mean, she doesn't look like she's showing any more signs of the injury. Okay.
The time she got ran over, she drew that charge. I thought, because she was slow getting up. I go, oh gosh, I hope she didn't hurt her neck or head again. But
yeah. Okay, Tegan Mullaney only got 9 minutes. I don't understand. She got 0 points, but two assists and a rebound. I don't understand why she doesn't play more. This girl was playing a lot last year on this team.
Because Journey Houston might be our best analytical player on the team. Okay. I think Journey has beat her out at that position.
Yeah. So. Well, then I told you earlier today that Kelly Levine was probably playing more than Tegan, but they both got 0 points. But Tegan played 9 minutes. Callie only got 8 minutes. Darn it. But she got. I know that Callie wanted that 3-pointer so bad. I don't have how many 0 for what she is, but I think she was at least 0 for 3 on 3-pointers today.
Okay. Better luck next time.
Yeah, I hope she could do it. I think she just wants it so bad that she's forcing it, and that's my opinion.
I know she got a good rebound or two. So
yeah, she did, and she got an assist. So I thought she had more than that, but she only got credit for one. I'm missing somebody on here because when I did my phone, I clicked it. It copied their name, so I'm not sure who I'm missing, but. Addie Deal, the real deal, 17 minutes, 1 assist, and 13 points. I mean, she's had one of her better games, too, as a Hawkeye. She's coming around, guys. She's coming around. I saw she did make a couple of stupid shots. One, she wasn't even close to the basket. She must have been looking at the bench when she shot it because that's the direction the ball went. Didn't even go toward the rim.
Yeah, that one there, I didn't know whether she got hit on the elbow by a defender or what, but that was bad. And she missed a wide open layup once, but she really played good, and she's much more crisper ball handling, passing. I think she's getting relaxed, and I think I'm really excited about her and Journey and Layla Hayes playing together for 4 years. So.
And then Velasco joined them next year.
Yep.
Yeah. But we still have another couple of years of our sophomore class. Journey Houston. Wow. 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points, 19 minutes. That girl on fire too, or what? I
know that she got 4 assists, not 3. Somebody made a mistake there, but she got 4 assists, and I think she was 3 for 3 on free throws and 4 for 5 from the field. She just had, I don't know how she could have played any better.
I mean, and she was right there she was mixing it up with them big girls. It's like the announcer said, she tells the announcers that, yeah, I'm playing out of position. And she said, you're playing the way you're playing now. You ain't never going to get your position back.
And she's really a small forward. She can shoot the 3. She just doesn't have the opportunity yet. So
okay, and then of course, Emily, Kylie, and Kenise never got in the game. So, so everybody scored today, except Levine and Mullaney. McCabe only had 3 points. She had a rough day shooting the 3, but I'm going to be honest. You can tell when they start to shoot it, in my opinion, if it's a good 3-point shot attempt or not, because I can kind of tell when they're just forcing it up. I mean, like Kelly Levine's, all of hers were she was just throwing it up there. She wasn't even shooting it. Her stroke didn't even look good. And I don't like to say that about Kelly. I wanted to be able to say, hey, she shot it beautifully and it rimmed in and out. But today McCabe was forced. Today McCabe forced her shots. She really did. They weren't smooth at all.
Anybody that's a 3-point shooter, if they have a hot game, eventually they're going to have a cold game because nobody's going to shoot 60% of their 3-pointers or 50% or anything. I know McCabe came in shooting 44%, but she'll be all right in other games. So
shooters always will. I do remember when Jordan Bohannon was our shooter on the men's team, and he went through 3 or 4 games of really bad cold spell, and people wondered if he was ever going to get his stroke back.
I know you've heard of Larry Bird, right?
Yep.
Larry Bird is noted as one of the top 5 shooters of all time. His first year in the NBA, he shot like 39% from 3.
Mm-hmm.
His next 3 or 4 years, his average 3-point shot was like 25%. and then his last 7 or 8 years, he was back up in the 40s again. So I'm not worried. But I'd rather have McCabe hot against UCLA. So
Yep. All right, just going over the team stats today. Iowa shot 50% from the field, as did Penn State. They both shot 50%. They were better at the 3-point shots. They were 8 for 23. We were 6 for 23, but we shot a stupid 26.1%. For a team that's shooting nearly 40% of free throws, that's just ridiculous. And probably most of them were Taylor McCabe's, because I don't have how often, what her actual shooting percentage was today. But she only
started out in the first quarter, we shot 60% from 3, and I thought, holy shoot. And then I think we went like a quarter and a half without hitting one. So
yeah, it took a while to get him back. I mean,
yeah.
even Chit Chat, she was struggling there after hitting him before.
Yeah.
Okay, so free throws, we were 17 of 25 for 68%. They were 4 for 5, just like we said. They don't get to the free throw line much, and we said that in our preview show the other night. They shot 80%, but I just want to say 68%. That's got to be fixed. That's got to be fixed.
Hannah hit her first 3 free throws, and then I think after that she was like 1 out of 7, or I think she ended up being like 4 out of 11 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if they could have got it up to like 20 out of 25 or something, 75% would be respectable. But I honestly think that if you're going to go to the free throw line, Hannah, Layla Hayes, and Ava a lot, we need to get those up over 80%. They need to get on there and work on their free throws, because, today we got away with it. But what happens when we play UCLA, even Nebraska this week, which we're going to do a quick overview of the Nebraska game before we let go of the women here. But, we had 41 total rebounds. They only had 25. We had 24 assists. They had 21. They blocked 5 of our shots. We only blocked 1. They had 11 steals. We had 9. They had 19 turnovers. We have 14. And as the announcer said, that's how they score their points. They turn the other team over. And you saw that they turned us over a lot and scored off of it. It's just like today. And so that's, in all honesty, okay. Points in the paint, we had 64 and they had 42. So they committed 24 fouls. We only committed 11. So tables were reversed today. Right. So
we'll take the tremendous victory. I mean, it wasn't like it was that close a game. So anyway.
Well, I mean, to me, it was closer than the final score would indicate, because they didn't start getting up to a 20-point lead and later in the game until the fourth quarter. Later in the fourth quarter, when that's all I wonder, where's Nebraska at?
Nebraska is unbeaten.
Nebraska is, in fact, unbeaten. They score 89.6 points a game. They give up 56. Their scoring margins 33 points a game.
They probably haven't played the greatest schedule, but boy, their point guard Prince, she's as good as there is.
Yeah, we're gonna get to her.
I seen the point guard for Ohio State today, Cambridge, and we seen Chit Chat. Those 3 point guards are awfully good point guards in the Big Ten. So
I'm actually looking forward to the battle between Chit Chat and Britt. And so anyway, here we go.
Both of them are bigger than Chit Chat, but
yeah, well, yeah, everybody's bigger than Chit Chat. I'm bigger than Chit Chat.
Well, yeah,
but I'm only 5'5", and I'm bigger than her.
Yeah. You tower over her
by an inch.
Okay, what's your rundown on Nebraska there, Dean?
Okay, so they shoot 52% from the field. They hold teams to 38% from the field. They make almost 36% of their 3-pointers. They hold the other teams to 27% 3-pointers. They average 8.3 3-pointers a game. Their opponents 5.8, almost 6. They shoot 76% from the field. Their opponents shoot 68, not from the field, from the free throw line. And they get to the free throw line on an average of 13 times a game. That's not a lot.
That's about average, I would think. But
okay, yeah.
They probably don't have post players like they used to. They used to have that Markowski and stuff inside. She's gone this year.
Yeah. Okay, so well, that's all. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Here, I got more. So they force 12. I mean, or maybe they do. Yeah, it looks like they have 12.3 turnovers on their side, and they force 21 turnovers. And so what else did I want to look at? Where's it at?
Historically, that coach was like Lisa Bluter. She coaches a fast-paced offense, and they are not afraid to put up a lot of threes. But
yeah, 38.3%. I'm sorry, 38.3 rebounds a game. They hold their opponents to 30-point rebounds a game. I had to put together a quick synopsis. I could not save this one to my phone because of the way that they do the thing. It would just been too hard to save, but I usually save these things to my phone. So Britt Prince, okay, their star averages 18.6 points a game. She averages 3.6 rebounds. She's hitting from the field. She's hitting 61% of her shots. 3-pointer at 49%. The girl is cooking, and she hits 84% from the free throw line. What's that? What's the laugh for?
she's a great one, and she's just a sophomore. You know.
Yeah, I hate the fact that we got to face her.
She kind of beat us by herself when they upset us at home last year. You know.
Yeah, no, she's the one to key on, but I mean, maybe we can get Britt to get in foul trouble against our point guard. When they're going up against each other. Their next girl that has some interesting stats, Amaya Hargrove. She's averages 12.4 points a game with 6.6 rebounds. And then they got Jessica Petrie, 12.2 points a game with 5.3 rebounds a game. And then their next one is Petra Bozen. I hope I said that right. Looks like
I think she's from over in Europe someplace. Is she a 3-point shooter? Or?
She gets 9.3 points per game. I didn't get the rest of her stats.
Yeah.
And then the next one on there, number 5 on the team for scoring is Kaylin Hay. 2.9 rebounds, 8.8 points, 5.1 assist. I didn't get Prince's assist, but I'm sure they're pretty high. Okay, and then the final girl.
I thought you said Prince was 4.6 assists, but maybe that was rebounds. I don't.
Was rebounds is 3.6. I didn't get the assist.
Okay.
It was too hard. It was too hard to read on my phone, so I just kind of skipped over some of that. And then the number 6 person on the team, and I didn't do anybody else. I'm sure that the other girls are just as important, but these were the top 6 scoring girls with the top high scoring, not scoring, but also the other stats anywhere. Eliza Moppin, with 8.4 points a game, and that game is this Thursday night. Guys, we're going to be busy sports week. You know, we have the women today, the men tomorrow. On Wednesday, we have the Iowa men football. Then Thursday, we have the women basketball. And then I believe on Saturday, the men play again. Or Sunday. One of the two.
It's January 3rd. I know that. So that would be
Saturday.
Yeah. Yep. Do we play Penn State or I don't know. No, we play UCLA, don't we?
Yeah, we play UCLA on January.
At home.
At home, you know. I think we can get them. I mean, they're a good team. I'm not going to say that they're a bad team, but we can get them. All right. Well,
I think McCollum can beat any team in the Big Ten on any given night.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Paul's sick. That's why he's not here.
Oh, shoot.
I know. Poor Paul. All right. I want to go back. Okay. All righty. So now we're going to play Massachusetts Lowell or of Lowell, Massachusetts.
Lowell.
Lowell.
Massachusetts Lowell. Lowell's a city in Massachusetts. Lowell, Massachusetts.
Okay. All righty. So
not a very big team.
Alrighty,
I think they're going to be putting up a lot of 3-pointers. So,
is that your guess?
Well, I looked at their stats. They shoot 33%, which is an acceptable. 33% from 3 is the same as shooting 50% from the field.
Yeah.
And I seen that they only had one guy that was 6'8", and their other forward was only 6'6", and they play with 3 guards. So I figure they're a 3-point shooting team, probably. They rebound pretty good, but maybe they haven't played very good teams. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, on the Hawkeye end, they actually reviewed this team real quick. So they're called the Riverhawks, in case you want to know. They're 5-9 overall. They've gotten their last 7 games of their 4 wins. 4 of their wins have come. They have lost to Boston College, 88-76. They're 1-8 in road contest. Their lone road win was at Stonehill, 75-64. In power conference games, they have lost to UConn, 110-47. 109-75 at Wake Forest. They have 4 players averaging in double figures for a team that averages 78 points a game. Austin Green has a team best 15 points and 7.9 rebounds while shooting 63.2% from the field. My guess is with those kind of stats, he's a power forward or a center.
He's their only guy that's 6'8".
Okay.
He's a senior and not built very strong. So
okay. I'm glad that you have some of the on these guys. Okay. They also have a guy by the name of JJ Maskowal. 10.6. Daryl. Yep. Oh, how come we can't ever get names that are easy to pronounce? Yipdu. 10.3, and Xavier Spencer 10.0. So they've got 3 guys right in the 10-point range. Spencer also has the team high 45 assists and 17 steals. UMass Lowell shoots 47.5 from the floor, but makes just 33.3% of its 3-point goals. So there you go. They're not shooting a lot of threes, obviously, or if
I
they are,
would predict,
they're not making very many.
I would predict that Iowa's going to score in the 90s, and this team will probably score in the 50s,
That's
maybe
about
60.
average. That's about average against these teams that Iowa has done. This team is 3.2 on the glass while having 196 assists and turnovers. Then it just talks about how Iowa crushed Bucknell 94-39. My guess is going to be a similar score. I think Fulgaris is coming along just nicely. I think he's starting to get into the flow of things and looking good, but I want to see it against a Power 4 team, so we'll see him against UCLA and see how he's doing. Our Iowa Hawkeyes are ranked 25th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just picking up
in the net rankings, they're 12th.
That's good. That's good.
That is better than good. When's the last time we were ranked 12th? Probably when Garza or the Murray boys were here. But
yeah. By the way, my favorite player, Isaiah Howard, had a breakout game in the win over Grand Canyon, leading all scores with some points because it's covered up. 7 to 10 shooting and a 3-point. I just like the way he plays. I mean, he can get to and create his own shots, and that's what I like about him.
I like how probably our top 7, 8 guys, I like how all of them play. I just love Tate Sage. Combs is a tough devil, and I just love I know he's Manyow. You talk about a guy who really defends and everything. I know he probably only scores like 8 points a game or something like that, but I don't care. He does his job. And then I want his sister to come play for Jan. So
okay. Alrighty. Okay. So here we go. Iowa scores 80.5 points a game. They only give up 59.9. Their average win margin is 20 points. They shoot 53% from the field. Their opponents shoot 41. Okay, 3-pointers, they're right around 40%, just under 40 really. And every other teams shoot 30% 3-pointers. They average 8.4 3-pointers a game. They're at 73% on free throws. However, their opponents are only at 69 free throws. What's the deal with bad free-throw shooting? God, I can remember when no teams were hitting that bad. Like the Iowa women are at 66% free throw shooting, and they're at the bottom of the Big Ten.
Well, you gotta remember the all-time leading free throw teams at Iowa in the men's and in the women's. The team free throw shooting percentage was like 75. No team shoots 80% or something. So when you're a little off on when you have a poor free throw shooting team, your team's going to shoot 69%. That's just the way math is. But
yeah. Hey guys, you guys can comment or ask questions as we go. Those of you who are watching the show live, and I'll put your question up on the screen and we'll talk about it.
Should be a pretty easy win, right? So
no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
We get. Did I say? Okay. Did I say we get free throws 15 times a game, average?
No.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
I don't think so.
All right. Yeah. I'm done with that because honestly, we're gonna win that game easily, and that's just what it is. We're going to go to a commercial break real quick, if I can find it without screwing myself up. There it is, and we'll be right back. right. Okay.
Hey, Dean, you do have to mention the Emily news.
Oh yeah. Let me
Yeah.
do this PSA
Yeah.
real quick.
Okay.
Okay, we are a member, guys, of the Villain Sports Network or Villains Media Network that you just saw all those. Those are all the shows on this network. So if you want to and have time, support some of those shows, go watch them. There's another Hawkeye show on this network called Hawkaholics. They're the ones that helped me get started on here, and I always give a shout out to Andrew, who we call the Prez. This is his baby. He started it. He owns it. And he's been a big, huge help in me because I don't know what I'm doing technically. Okay.
Praise the Lord for Andrew.
Yeah, there we go. We call him the Prez. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Emily
Yeah.
is officially back as a member of the team, but she's being held out of competition because she's still having back issues. And Jan said in her presser today, she is still day to day. So she is no longer suspended. And nobody has been told. And even Jan has said, we have not announced the reason why she was suspended.
Right from the horse's mouth today.
Okay. So if anybody says anything else different, we don't know. We don't know. And I'm not even going to bring up the one that was just so out there. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up.
Nobody knows. And we just know that she does have a back issue. On 3 always said when it says not available for game on the availability report,
Mm-hmm.
when a person by Big Ten rules, that injury report, if she appears on there, which she did every game, she had to have an injury. So we know she got suspended for something else, but we don't know what. But anyway,
it just happened while she was on her injury list.
Yep, but per Big Ten rules, she has had an injured back all this time, and obviously she still does. So anyway,
okay, alrighty, let's move on to any Hawkeye Bowl news that we might have on the Bowl news. Anything
today we found out early this morning that Michigan had made overtures towards our assistant head coach and assistant DC and linebacker coach Seth Wallace. And then we found out a couple hours later that one of our recruits, Billy Wavolda from Georgia, he says he put up on his Twitter feed that he put up the news that they were after him, and then he put up above it, Coach Wallace tells me that he is not going anywhere. So that's good news.
Yeah, I imagine some of the recruits are probably starting to look like, what?
Well, it's great. It's great when you have a coach that at all these major programs, Penn State tried getting him before, Minnesota tried getting him, Nebraska tried getting him. I'm sure Michigan State tried getting him, and now Michigan. It's pretty cool when you have an assistant coach that everybody wants, so.
Yeah. And, and Kirk's been lucky. His main boys have been around and loyal for years with him. The coordinators, the assistant coordinators and stuff. So, they've been around for a while. Some of the other guys have changed, the wide receiver coaches, the running back coaches. They haven't really had any changes until
he's had a lot of coaches that left, but like you said, he kept Norm Parker until he died, and he got Phil Parker in there, and Phil loves it in Iowa City and only wants to coach with Kirk. Offensive coordinators, we've had 4 or 5 of them, 4 of them.
We've had
4 of them.
Ken
O'Keefe, Davis, Ferentz, and now Lester. But he had a lot of different offensive line coaches and coaches all over. Some of them he told them to, he tried them out like Kennedy and Copeland and stuff, and he told them goodbye. But he's had some revolving doors there, but anyway.
Okay. So, let's do this.
You got any more bowl news
today's
today?
practices? I mean, wait a minute,
Yeah.
hang on. I got some news from the day's
Yep.
practice. I don't
Yep.
know what you got, but I'm going to read what I got.
Yep.
Okay,
I sent you what I got from On 3.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
You know.
So this is from Chad Lysico. All right, this is his
Yep.
observation from today. He said only 3 Iowa media folks went out there today to take advantage of the rare opportunity. I'm thinking it's because they only got 20 minutes to watch, which they had every day, but they had access to coaches and players every day except for today. They had no access to any of them, and so they probably didn't want to take their time to go out there. So the full number 1 defense was together, including TJ Hall, though he saw him aggravate something during the special teams drill, like a groin. Didn't look ultra serious, but worth mentioning. Both days, tight end Thomas Meyer has been running with the number 1 offense, which we've been saying here. Nathan McNeil still in close. Doubt he plays. Punter Reese Dakin was launching punts today. The warmer weather suits the Aussie, though the game day temp only about 60. And then he said he and Tyler Barnes chatted about the Bears division title. They're both Bears fan. Are you a Bears fan?
That's big news. No, they picked off San Francisco's first pass tonight for a touchdown, and then San Francisco went down and scored a touchdown. So the Bears finally had the ball on offense. But a little differing from the On 3 side was that Tom Kakert said that Dakin was actually very inconsistent kicking the ball today.
Yeah,
and then he said, then Hall. He said Hall hurt his hand, not his hand was bothering him, not his groin. So
yeah, and so that's crazy that we got 2 different points on that.
Not very many. A lot of running backs weren't practicing, probably a little bunged up. So Braden Jackson, actually the walk-on freshman, got to run with the ones a little bit, which Kirk, if you know Kirk, it really doesn't mean anything that Myers and Jackson are getting reps with the ones. He likes to give young players a chance to run some reps with the first team that knows what they're doing. You know, they're not always running with the scout team that has no idea what they're doing and running the other team's offense, you know. Then he also said that defense, what I seen videotape of that today, was the defense was throwing a lot of different combinations out there. Lutmer was in a linebacker position at some point, which you probably got to do that, you know, when Vanderbilt has 5 receivers, a tight end and 4 receivers out there. You know, you can't have linebackers that can't cover and everything. And Rex Roth was getting extra work. He's like a Leo, you know, and getting more work as in the linebacker position too. So
yeah, I think Lester said this in his interview yesterday or the day before, that he loves getting these younger people in there, like, you know, Jimmy Sullivan, right, and the Fitzgerald kid in there, and giving them some reps and stuff during those couple of weeks. But he said the sad part is because it's new to them, because as scout team quarterbacks, they haven't been running the offense, right? The Iowa offense. They're running whoever offense they're running. This week, Jimmy Sullivan is running the offense of Vanderbilt. Trying to beat Pavia.
So is Fitzgerald, and I've heard that Hecklinski's gotten a few snaps imitating Pavia too, because he has Pavia's weird quick release, and he can throw side armed and all that stuff too. Just a few, you know. So that's how you get you want to try to give the defense a simulated look.
Yeah,
you know.
But as he says, come spring practice, he says how much of the offense did they retain in their head, and how much has to be relearned. You know,
Well, they did the first 2 weeks of December. Sullivan, and Brown and Hekslinski and Fitzgerald got to run the Iowa offense every day.
right?
That's Kirk uses the first 2 weeks of bowl prep for next year.
Yep.
It's like a small little spring training.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then because
Take advantage of it.
Gronowski doesn't need a month of reps. He just needs to heal up. And the offensive line, the first team offensive line, he just wants them to stay in shape, run around enough to stay in shape, but they don't need to run the offense over and over.
I believe
Get all
he said
healed up
that,
for the game.
Yeah, I believe Lester said they gave Gronowski the week off, but he didn't take it. He came in anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure he was throwing to receivers and maybe throwing to young receivers, trying to help them improve too.
Yeah.
But one thing I'd like to mention was what I was always waiting for the ANF podcast to come out, and they came out, and I watched that. I don't know if you watched it, and they gave a much better deep dive on Vanderbilt than they had plays up on the screen, and then Doctorman said the same thing. The worst part of Vanderbilt's team is nobody's got a perfect team, right? No team, like when Iowa fans, like if I do a podcast on what Iowa's team is like this year, I'm going to say, well, our passing game wasn't that great. Our wide receivers and tight ends didn't have as good of numbers as we'd like. And we didn't throw the ball enough, And we had a lot of special teams mistakes this year. We talked about that every week. There was a blocked punt, a bad snap, which was very different for a LeVar Wood special teams this year. But they said Scott Docterman said Vanderbilt would be the 8th best defense we played this year. He said the front seven, they said they were very similar to the Minnesota defense, the front seven is, and we ran right over Minnesota, But he said the Vanderbilt defensive backs are not as good of physical tacklers, and A&F said this too. They're not as good at tackling secondary as Minnesota was, because they had Nestor and that great safety back there and stuff. So that was I kind of learned something there. A&F said Vanderbilt's got a good offensive line, and it was like Docterman said, they might be the best. We played Oregon and USC, and they might be the best offense we played all year, which we kind of knew that. But that's all I wanted to mention there. Little extra deep dive into the game.
Alrighty, let's move into quickly the bowl game season right now. I just want you to know that the other three of us, myself, Paul, and Jason, have 12 wins so far, and you only have 8.
That's all right. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know one thing, the Big Ten's 5-0 in the postseason.
And I think, I heard 9 more games to go, or 8 more games to
go?
There's
a lot of games to go. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous how many games. I think the SEC's played 5 games too.
Yes, so, and they're 2 and 3 currently.
And I don't know if they have more bowl games left or the same.
It's the exact same as the Big Ten. They're exact same. Yeah, they were showing the stat on TV yesterday.
Yeah, they're 2 and 3. Of course, one of their games they played each other, but
Okay, so let me say this about that. Okay, we have Tennessee and Illinois coming up. I'm just picking the Iowa and Vanderbilt, Michigan and Texas, all three of those could be losses. So us bragging that we're 5-0 could be 5-3. And Nebraska. No, wait a minute. Illinois plays. Who do they play? I got it right here somewhere.
Illinois plays Tennessee. You already talked
Illinois
about
plays Tennessee. I already said it, didn't I? Okay,
I had to go get more to drink.
that could be 5-3 losses, and that could
I
be.
know
you can add those 3 wins. You could add those 3 wins to their 3-2 loss, and we both be 5-3 at that point.
You mentioned Illinois, Tennessee, Iowa, Vanderbilt, Michigan, Texas. And you said they all could be 3 losses for the Big Ten. They also could be 3 wins. I mean,
they could very easily, very easily. Okay. So that's what I wanted to point out. But
I wouldn't bet on it. But
Nebraska plays Utah from the Big Pac-12. We think that's a loss because we all picked against.
I think so too.
But we all picked Utah in that game, but we have to remember: do we have? Is it Alabama and Ohio State playing each other in the
Alabama and Indiana? Alabama plays Indiana.
Okay, so Alabama could beat Indiana. There's another win. Is that in the Rose Bowl?
I don't know. Scott Docterman said when you look at Indiana and Alabama, he said Indiana's better in every position group and every phase of the game than Alabama is this year.
Okay.
You know, Alabama, you do know that Alabama lost 3 games, right?
They did? I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
How do you know how many Indiana's lost? I mean, they're the number 1 team in the country because they're undefeated.
Okay. All righty. And Ohio State plays who?
Texas Tech, is it?
Okay. Texas Tech Pac-12. I mean,
don't quote me. Who's Miami play?
Oh, that's Ohio State. Ohio State plays Miami. So we're going to win
Texas
that.
Texas Tech is playing Oregon.
Okay. All righty. Yeah. So isn't there another SEC team in there somewhere? Who's in the other game?
Mississippi.
And they're playing another SEC team.
I don't think it's an SEC team, is it? Maybe. I don't know. You're supposed to be in charge of all this stuff. Oh, I'm just here to run my mouth, you know.
I count on you though. You always come prepared and you know everything.
I just know Iowa. I am not good at picking games on a national level. I just know Iowa. You know, it's like when Vandy the other day, he asked me, who was the famous 84 at Iowa? I said, well, Sam Laporta and Marv Cook. And then I kicked myself when I got off the air because my friend on Facebook, the highest rated tight end recruit ever was Scott Slutzker, and he wore 84, as did Michael Titley. So there's 4 tight ends at Iowa that wore 84. So the most famous 81, we got Vanami now, but the most famous one, and the only guy that was as highly recruited as Scott Slutzker was Moyaki. You know, he was also 81. But did I stall for time long enough for you, Dean?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we have, alrighty, here we go, playoff. Alabama and Oklahoma.
They're playing Georgia. Mississippi's playing Georgia.
Wait a minute, I got it wrong here. All righty. Yeah. Okay, so it starts with Miami and Ohio State on Wednesday night. Oregon and Texas Tech first thing New Year's Day. Alabama and Indiana, and Ole Miss and Georgia. So Ole Miss and Georgia, they get one win and 1 loss on that one, no matter who wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And Doctorman had the Big Ten as 7-point favorites in the Indiana and Ohio State game, but only a 1-point or 2-point favorite over Texas Tech for Oregon.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, and this is unofficial because we don't have the other boys on here.
What?
Miami, Ohio State. Who you got?
I already picked it. I got Ohio State going to the championship game to play Indiana again. So.
Okay. Well, actually, I did too, I think.
Miami has such a great defense, though. My gosh, that defensive end named Bain. If you were picking the best players in college football in the NFL draft, as far as the best prospect, everybody knows you're going to pick a quarterback. It's going to be Mendoza and then Moore from Oregon. They're going to go 1-2. But that Bain guy, if I was an NFL team, I'd want him in my defensive line. Boy, he's a beast.
Alrighty. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to go from there.
Yeah.
So, I think the final thing I had on our list, unless I missed something, is we were going to tell everybody what we gave Kirk Ferentz for Christmas. You
want to do yours first?
No, I'm giving you the first opportunity.
Okay. The main thing I want to give Kirk is 5 more years of good health. I want him to coach till 2030. That'll give him and Hayden would have coached 7 decades in the Big Ten. That'll give him time to win 18 more Big Ten conference games to pass Woody Hayes, because I want Kirk to own every record. And of course, also want to give him, for Christmas, I want to give him a bowl win this year, because that will give him the Big Ten record for most bowl wins for a coach. And I want him his last 5 years to win at least 8 games every year and keep that streak going. But I want him good health is the main thing, and he sure looks healthy.
He does. He takes care of himself.
He was running around out there at practice. You see him every day down there in Tampa running around. You think, good God, the guy's 70 years old. How's he do that? But
yeah, you look at some of them other coaches around the NCAA, and they obviously spend hours in their office eating fast food, snacky foods, and stuff because they don't look like they're healthy at all. Now, a lot of the younger coaches coming up do look young and healthy, but some of them other ones, oh my gosh!
I've noticed.
The guy that's going to take over was going to take over, or people wanted him to take over for Michigan, the interim coach that's coaching the bowl game,
Hoagie.
Yeah, and then how about Brett Bielema?
He looks like
Illinois.
Of course,
although he's lost some weight, so I'm going to give him some credit.
He's lost 80 pounds, but I was worried about. I love all Hawkeyes. Mm-hmm. You know that. Mm-hmm. I love Brett. I never want him to be our coach at Iowa ever. Because he's just not of his quite the character that Kirk is. But I always wanted him. I was always afraid he's going to, die because of his overweight. And I hope he lives a long time. And
okay, here's what I've done. Okay, so this is what I'm giving Kirk. Kirk already got it. Going to get it under his tree, so he's gotten 2 from us now. He can sell one of them. Is a bull win. Alrighty. Yeah. The other one is, because I don't know how many more years I got left, because I'm pushing 70. I'm 1 year younger, actually 10 months younger than Kirk Ferentz. So here's what I want. Next year, I want a 12-0 regular season, a playoff berth, of course, because with 12-0 we would be, Big Ten title, playoff berth, national championship, so that if it never gets that way again, I can say I died a happy man.
It sounds like you're giving yourself a Christmas present instead of Kirk.
Well, that's good for Kirk too, though. Kirk will get another Big Ten Coach of the Year. He gets a Big Ten title. He gets a national title, and he gets the playoff monkey off his back.
Yeah. Yeah. But all mine were just thinking of what I want for Kirk, you know. But anyway.
Yep.
Was that it?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
So
if I had my way, he'd get 10 or more wins every year, and a couple of playoff bursts along the way.
Who do
until he decides to retire?
Is our schedule a lot easier next year, or do you know?
No, it's actually tougher.
It can't be tougher.
It is.
We played Indiana, USC, and Oregon this year. 3 of the top 4 teams in the Big Ten.
Hang on, I'm going to get it for you, dude. We're going to read it off.
I'll keep talking. I know one thing, that Campbell at Penn State's got the easiest schedule in the history of Big Ten.
Oh, I saw that. That is a joke. Okay.
Ohio State has a terribly tough. Oh, they got a tough schedule next year. They go to Texas, and then they play about every good Big Ten team. Go to Iowa. You know, everybody knows that Iowa's a tough place to play. You know, and go to Michigan. And
okay, here we go. Here's who we play. All right. I mean, these 3 dates are set. None of the other dates are set. We play Northern Illinois at home, of course. Iowa State at home. Northern Iowa at home. Okay, and these dates are not set at all. We go to at Illinois. Tough game. Nebraska at home. Tough game. Ohio State at home. Tough game. Purdue at home. Okay, that's that. We got that. Wisconsin at home. At Michigan. At Minnesota. At Northwestern. At Washington. So I guess looking at it that way, you might be right. We might not be near.
I only have 3 of them as really, really tough. At Ohio State at home, at Michigan, and at Washington. I don't think Illinois will be near as good next year. And I don't expect us to take a step back at all next year.
No, I think we'll be fine.
Might take a little step forward.
Yeah. We should be able to get back control of the Iowa State series next year after losing 3 out of the last 4 times. We should actually win that one. You know, and like you said, Illinois, it is at Illinois. But it depends on, you know, it's hard to predict because we don't know who's leaving and who's coming in these transfer portals.
Illinois has never had a good home field advantage in football, and they're losing their quarterback, you know. And I think if we played Illinois, I think, you know, before the season started, Illinois was like a dark horse. Everybody thought they'd go into the football playoff this year, and they had kind of a disappointing season, really. Their expectations were way higher than Iowa's.
Yeah, they were like to pick to finish 4th or 5th, I think. Okay. The thing with Washington, they'll be tough. Michigan is such a mess right now. We might be able to get them while they're still down if we can get them early in the season.
They were the youngest team
early in the season. I think we can get them.
Yeah. I don't think Michigan was a very good football team this year. But they were the youngest team. Them and Oregon and Washington were the 3 youngest teams in the Big Ten. And Michigan has got a way better coach. If you guys don't know this, they got Kirk Ferentz coaching at Michigan now. So he is a disciplinarian, and they will play very fundamental football. And Michigan, I think, will be good next year myself.
So they got their coach. They didn't really lose anybody yet because they were not opting out because they still have to play Texas in the bowl game. So I'm guessing that most of these kids that play in the bowl game will be back next year, that if they still have eligibility. I just don't know. Did the recruits still all sign? Because one of the recruits publicly announced that he was not going to Michigan. He was going somewhere else.
Probably everybody lost a recruit this year late except Iowa. So
yeah. Okay, so looking at it, we should be able to beat Purdue. Ohio State will be really tough to beat. Nebraska at home, they'll be tough. I mean, they're getting better. I mean, people make jokes about them, but they're a team to be wary of.
I love how every year all these people on podcasts say that Nebraska is going to be really good next year, and then we go beat them.
I'm not saying they're going to be good.
They're going to be.
I'm not saying they're going to be good. I'm just
and they
saying
got to come to our place. They got to come to our place next year, and they lost their $1 million quarterback.
The last time they beat us, it was at home.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. If we lose our quarterback during the game and we lose our best player, Cooper DeJean, that's why we lost that game. But
okay,
anyway,
Wisconsin. I don't know where Wisconsin is mentally, physically, emotionally, coaching.
They're down at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. That's just sad. I never thought I'd see the day where they would be at the bottom of the barrel. We go to Northwestern.
They made the mistake that a lot of these pundits want Iowa to make. They had the second or third winningest program in the Big Ten, and they decided, hey, let's make a change. Mm-hmm. Let's leave the Barry Alvarez model. Alvarez quits as athletic director, and a new athletic director decides, let's bring in a totally outside type of football. Let's try the air raid with Luke Fickell.
And it didn't work.
No.
Okay, they're at Northwestern. I hope we're not the team that has the Big Ten opener in their new stadium. I did not be that team. I do not want to be the first Big Ten team they run into in that stadium, in their new stadium. Mm-hmm. However, Northwestern showed that they're a force to be reckoned with this year. I mean, they were 7-6 this year overall. I think Iowa should be able to beat them, though. I mean,
but Northwestern's big key this year was they had a decent offensive line and the big left tackle who will go to the NFL. He ain't going to be there next year. And they had all these returning defense. They had one of the top 3 or 4 defenses returning in the Big Ten. They ain't going to be back next year. The thing that makes me so optimistic, I told you I was so optimistic. I don't know if I told you on the air today or whether that was before. That today I became so optimistic because Journey Houston and Addie Deal play so good, and they play so good together, and they're freshmen. I am such more optimistic after that Nebraska game when all of a sudden here's Watson, Godfrey, and Wallace playing good against Nebraska. Watson had played some before in games this year, but Wallace and Godfrey, we never seen hide nor hair of them. And all of a sudden you see them play, and it's like, hey, they play like Journey Houston. They're good. So that made me optimistic that I thought we could have lost our whole secondary except for Deshaun Lee.
Yeah.
Well, and Lutmer and Lee, And now we know that Entrier's coming back. We got Lutmer coming back, who's going to be an All-American next year, probably. Mm-hmm. Lee was so improved during the season. And then we got Godfrey, Wallace, and Watson. It's like, oh, that sounds good. So I'm more optimistic than I was a month and a half ago about next year for Iowa.
Yeah.
That's why I'm more optimistic.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just going to point out something for the women's team next year.
Yeah.
We got Deal back next year. We got Journey back next year. I'm going to eat crow on this one. I told you early in the season, even when they played before they played their first game, I said, Journey will be buried on the bench, just like Denise Johnson was. And you said, no, she won't. She'll get in before Callie. And I said, "No, Callie will see more time than her." You were
No,
right.
but don't make me sound like I knew what I was talking about, because I haven't. I just knew that I thought she'd play way before Callie. You know,
Mhm.
uh, you know, she's from down here where I was, but the last 2 years I never got to see her play hardly. I got to see her play last year, but she was recovering from her knee injury and she was out of shape until
Mhm.
the last, I don't know, maybe 10 games of her high school career. Then she started getting in shape, and I thought, and the great player that went to LSU was the star of the team, that Barrage girl, that went to LSU. She was one of the top 10 players or 15 players in the country, So I did not know Journey Houston would be. She's a female Ed Horton. I mean,
Yeah. So next
she
year,
just,
okay, looking ahead to next year,
we just lose 3 players.
yeah, we're gonna. I know everybody knows what 3 players those are.
Yeah.
Uh,
So everybody else is
actually,
back.
we actually lose 4, but one doesn't play.
Oh yeah, Jada. I forgot.
Yeah, but we got Stremlo next year, Chit Chat next year, Deal next year, Journey next year. I want to say Emily. I'm counting on Emily coming back next year. I think she will, and I think she's a good addition to the team. I like what she can do. She can create shots. She can also be a backup point guard if she has to. She can be a little selfish at times, and that cost her. That cost her a couple times,
But she might have been like Addie Deal and improved by now if she got to play every game.
Yeah, and that's
You
what I'm
know?
saying. Is by next year, I don't know what we're going to see out of her the rest of the year, but hopefully next year she's able to come back and do what she can. We got Velisco coming next year.
We got Mulaney.
We got Mulaney back, coming back, but I'm just wondering what's going on with Mulaney, why she's not playing very much right now, because she's very healthy right now.
Well,
And
she was probably ready to play at the start of the season. Then she got waylaid with a leg injury and then tonsillitis. And, we haven't seen much of her this year. Probably a total of 10 minutes.
Yeah. Callie Levine will be back next year. And I think as much as she improved over last year, if she improves that much over the course of this season and next year, she should see a lot of minutes on the floor. And then I imagine we're going to go get somebody out of the portal.
Well, you haven't mentioned the 2 big gals.
Oh yeah, Ava and Layla. Yeah. Gosh. I mean,
and they're
the heartbeat of our team. But you know what? I think we should get one more. We should go to the portal and grab one more.
Jan has already said she's going to get 2 players probably out of the portal. She said a shooter and a point guard. The way Stremlo's playing, maybe she don't need a point guard. And if Addie's playing really good, maybe she don't need a point guard. I would like a power forward.
Yeah.
I know Willisco. But you can't. I don't like it when we play a big team. Like every time we went to the Final Four, Dean, if we didn't have that third post, Shizano would get in foul trouble. So we put in Hannah at the post. Hannah would get in foul trouble. And then we had big Addie O'Grady at 6'5" coming in there and giving us 10 minutes of really good play that helped us win, helped us beat South Carolina, or helped us beat UConn or LSU in the Final 8 that Caitlin's senior year. O'Grady came in and O'Grady hit them 10-foot shots,
Yeah, she had that nice little elbow
jump.
She had that nice little elbow shot.
Yeah, to me, you need 3 big girls in case of foul trouble.
Yeah, that's what I say. With losing Hannah to graduation and possibly the WNBA, is she needs to pull another big out of the portal. If Merkel's got some eligibility left, can we talk her into coming to Iowa?
Eligibility left, but I'd felt better if we'd have got Bjorn. Then we'd have 2 Wilitsko type rebounding, athletic Willisco can play about all 5 positions probably, and Bjorn could have played the power forward and small forward and stuff, but we didn't get her. But anyway.
Yeah.
But
I hope Jan's working on her 27 players, 2027, because just to get shut out the way we did. I mean, I thought the Caitlin effect. I thought last year's class and this year's class would both be loaded.
Yeah, if we get 2 portal players, they better be 1-year players. Otherwise, we don't have any scholarships for 2027. And one of them players, I'm sure, is going to be Manyau's sister. She's like a 6'3" power forward.
Okay.
That
will help. That will help. Is she pretty good?
There's pretty good. Oh yeah. Yeah. She's she's being recruited by all them bigger teams, and from her area, Kansas and Texas and all them. But I'm sure Cam is going to tell her how great a place Iowa is, and she's certainly been up here quite a few times visiting him. But I ain't worried about 2027. We got offers out there. The 2027 class ain't near as good, but Lordy, every year there's 1,000 good basketball players out there, and Ben McCollum can tell you that the 4 and 5 stars ain't always better than the 3 stars. So
yeah,
anyway.
It's either in the 27 class or the 28 class. There's a girl, you may have seen it out there, Peyton Starwalt can shoot the crap. She can shoot the 3-pointer. Think she hit 99 out of 100 one day or something like that.
I can't remember what class Chloe Johnson's in. She's just a phenom from Minnesota. She's either 27 or 28, but anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I guess anyway. We got a full season right now.
Yeah,
we've played 2 Big Ten games for the women, so we have 16 more Big Ten games before the Big Ten tournament in the NCAA. So we got a long ways to go for this season, and
let's just get us a bowl win.
Bowl win. It's the men win big tomorrow night in the basketball. We get a bowl win against Vanderbilt, and we can shut up a certain person that we all know. And we never have to hear him talk about how good Vanderbilt and Pavia are ever again.
Yeah, he's not on my, as far as us winning the bowl game, he's not on my radar as a reason to do it. He just,
I know.
If
he's listening, I'm just giving him a hard time.
I'm sure he's a good guy, but you just can't. Like I said, when we give a deep dive on Iowa, we say, "Oh God, we're not very happy with our passing game and this and that and what we've seen." And his deep dive on Vanderbilt was just like, everything's great. Well, no team in the country is everything great. But anyway.
Hack's watching. He goes, he's on mine.
Whatever. But anyway.
Okay. All righty. We're going to get out of here. Guys,
happy birthday yesterday, Jason.
Oh, yeah. We want to wish Jason
he had the same. I do. And he has the same birthday as Andre Tippett, number 99, NFL Hall of Famer, Iowa Hall of Famer, College Football Hall of Famer. He's easily one of the, I'd say, 8, 9, 10 greatest players ever at Iowa. So.
Okay, so Jason couldn't be on the show because he is celebrating birthday with family tonight. Paul also couldn't be on the show. I failed to mention this to you guys. Paul's sick tonight, so he's not on. So,
he's probably been watching our podcast this week, and he's sick of hearing Calvin talk.
Well, that's why you should come on here then, so he can out-talk you. Unfortunately, Paul don't out-talk anybody.
Yeah.
That's why
So,
Paul. That's why sometimes people have to remind me. Let Paul talk. Oh yeah, I forgot Paul was there. He's so quiet.
yeah, your 49ers are ahead of the Bears 21-14. Really, at the end of the first quarter, how did these two teams score that many points in one quarter? So,
I don't know, but I'm going to turn it on and watch it. Oh,
Kittle's
Jason
not
says
playing.
he's the silent assassin. All right, we're going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We are at 6:03 as of the beginning of this show. We are going to do our random drawing, and we'll get it all figured out and the timing wise and exactly what we're offering. And so thank you for watching. Share this show out, and we appreciate it. Have a good Hawkeye men's basketball game tomorrow. Have a good bowl game to next day on Wednesday. Let's go out with a bang on both of them this week, guys, and we'll see you guys probably next Sunday, unless something comes up between now and then.